In Bound Brook, New Jersey, a group of students participated in a pedestrian safety project which used placemaking to improve their community.
The inspiration behind doing the pedestrian safety project came purely from the youth. The youth would come to every single meeting, I swear from the very first one, saying, today I tried to cross the street and a car almost hit me. Today I tried to go to tennis practice and I couldn't get across the street because no one would stop for me. Today I tried to cross the street and there wasn't even a crosswalk there, so I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what the safest option was. It was something that the kids were so passionate about because it was something that they had to do every single day. It's something that they can't avoid.
Studio classes are taught at the Rutgers University Bloustein School as a way for master's degree students to get practical experience working with clients on a planning-related studio or program. As part of the process, Rutgers met with the high school students that are part of Middle-earth 4-H. When the students expressed concerns addressing pedestrian safety issues, an idea sparked. Rutgers would have the Bloustein students work directly with the high school students, showing them how to implement placemaking projects, creating safer and more enjoyable places to walk.
The studio students, who were all master's degree students in planning, taught the high school students things about placemaking, making pedestrian safety a priority, and ways to engage the community in a fun and positive way that also creates a climate of safer walking and bicycling. Our master's degree students asked the high schoolers a simple question: what makes a place great? And the high school students started thinking about, well, what is it that I love about being places? The students from the high school were able to start brainstorming ways of not only doing more in their community to make the downtown more beautiful, but also ways that would encourage people to walk and to bike and to make it safer while they walk and bike.
The students from Middle-earth 4-H began identifying key figures in planning in their community in an effort to research success stories to figure out what approaches work best so they can implement them on their own.
The kids went online during one meeting and started researching all these different people that they could ask about, how do we approach this? What do we do from here? What have you guys found success with? So we have contacted county planners, we've contacted other nonprofits that work in the town, we've contacted Rutgers specifically to get support, to tell us about what's already being done in other towns. Where has success been found for these things?
I was contacted by students from the Middle-earth 4-H group in December of 2017, along with the police chief from Bound Brook, Walter Lane from county planning, and also the borough council president here in Bound Brook. They wanted to interview us to learn a little bit more about pedestrian safety. So when we provided that information from them, it sort of gave them a backdrop and some more perspective. What is pedestrian safety? How could they impact or influence it? And they were weighing that against other potential projects to determine what they wanted to work on.
Reaching out to those around us and finding successes where they already lied was something that the kids really drew on, and from there it just grew. The kids started talking about placemaking, what placemaking meant in a town, and how they could use that to address pedestrian safety.
Placemaking is a way of reimagining public spaces, including streets, through art and other enhancements. The beauty of placemaking is that it's a short-term, hands-on process that can improve quality of life through adding things to streets like murals, decorative crosswalks, and parklets, which reclaim a small section of street, providing a place for people to sit and relax, all of which are very affordable.
Just really watching the kids learn what those things were, it changed the kids. It changed the kids' view of the town. It changed a lot of the ways that the kids begin to speak about their town.
This town, it's small. It's not seen as such a significant town. So with these murals, with this parklet, with these crosswalks, we want to bring more color to the town, bring more safety into it. I live there, so I would love to see a town more colorful instead of this dull gray, abandoned places. With these small aspects of art, I feel like that can make a big difference compared to what I was living with before.
And that's when we started to discover street murals was a great thing.
So we tried to do the painting crosswalks in front of the schools where they have after-school programs, and that was a good way to get a lot of kids to help and getting drivers to try to slow down in front of school zones or places where there's a lot of foot traffic.
We ended up with 2 painted crosswalks throughout the whole project here. We had 5 total art murals installed this summer. I loved the art and the idea, and I wanted to make sure that adults never get in the way of children implementing great ideas.
The kids had never thought of a parklet or even discussed a parklet before we went to Rutgers to talk about some different options.
And what it was is a combination of old pallets that they got for free, some lumber that they got, and really it was about Tactile urbanism of placemaking, could they take over a parking space for a couple of hours any given day and give people a destination to go to? You could get out of the sun, it had a big sunshade on it. It's just a way for people to have a place to go, enjoy an area that's normally reserved for a car, or enjoy a place there's normally nothing there.
This has actually prompted the conversations of how do we get involved more? How can we do more of this in town?
I think any town could do a project just like this.
This is something simple. Communities can have an opportunity to have a big impact at a small cost and in a quick time frame.
A school travel plan isn't just about, do we put a crosswalk here, or how do we get drivers to slow down? It's about creating community. And the high school students really grasped a hold of that, and they were able to bring ideas behind the school travel plan to make it a reality in the town of Bound Brook.
For more information on this project, contact the Safe Routes to School Resource Center.